Thanks for coming back. Appreciate you listening. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I want to thank Adam Chubbuck with Douglas Realty in Pasadena, Maryland. TACMD.com. That's TACMD.com. We were a little late hitting the record button, so we were talking about the NFL playoffs, and by this time the team we're going to talk about might be out.
Yeah,
but
I hope they're not, but because I'm rooting for them, they will be.
And so it got us talking about the New England Patriots, and so Mike was saying that he's rooting for the Patriots, even though he's a Ravens fan. Ravens are out of it, but he's rooting for the Patriots because his father-in-law, who passed away, was a Patriots fan.
Yeah, diehard, and he was a legit fan because he was born and raised in Natick, Massachusetts.
Okay, so I was going to ask that question because they lived on Long Island.
Yeah,
so I was wondering how Patriots fan in Giants Jets country.
Oh, Red Sox fan in Yankees country.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. Now, he would root for the Giants.
Okay.
Because it's almost like the Ravens Commanders thing doesn't exist unless you're a bitter Ravens fan or a bitter Commanders fan.
It's also it's why the Orioles Pirates thing never did anything.
No.
Because different divisions.
Right.
Whereas the Ravens Steelers thing in the same division.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah. So, in fact, my second baseball team, my NL team it's not the Nationals, it's the Pirates, because my dad grew up in Pittsburgh.
Did I tell you we went there last summer?
What, to see a Pirates game?
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is not. It's an old Rust Belt town, but everyone who goes there enjoys it. So
I gotta say, it's about 6 hours away if you drive it. If you're a baseball fan, go watch a game there. Mm-hmm. The seats, I mean, I think we spent I want to say it's $47 per ticket, which, don't get me wrong, it's expensive, I get it. But if you're going there, and I will say, there were cheaper tickets.
Sure.
Right? But we needed to do we need handicap seats and non-handicap seats. So we did the non-handicap seats that were just below the handicap row.
Yeah.
So there was some element of that. But even at $47 a ticket, you know what? I was happy with the price because we were on the first base side, just beyond the dugout.
Okay.
So we had the net protection.
Yeah.
So I don't have to, me and the net protection, I don't want to have to be looking around, make sure I don't get smacked in the face by a ball. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to sit, relax, enjoy. $47 a ticket wasn't bad. The concession stands were right behind us. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted to go get some food, bam, I was there. Got food, I got back.
Yeah.
I mean, plenty of restrooms. It was clean.
Yeah.
It felt airy.
Yeah.
Because it's weird. It's like the level we were on, which was the main level, if you're walking, one side is the field, the other side is you can kind of walk out open air, and then there were more vendors on the other side of the wall. Mm-hmm. So it was open and breezy.
Yeah.
It wasn't an enclosed type state. It was wild, man.
Camden Yards, as much as I love Camden Yards, number one, the seats are tiny.
Yeah.
And they do it to get that old ballparky feel. Where Nats Park, you could it's even to the cheap seats, you're chilling out. And you could actually, when I was bigger, this really mattered. All the seats at Nats Park, the armrests flip up. Mm-hmm. At Camden Yards, none of them flip up. They're made out of that wrought iron, painted green.
Well, they changed the seats. Is that different now?
So the seats where I sit with my buddy, they're really good seats. They're in the lower, I guess the lower deck, and then they're the first row under the overhang from the upper deck on the third base side. Okay. Pretty much directly. They're actually closer to home plate. They're on the home plate side of the third base dugout. Okay. So they're right there. They're great seats. They're awesome. But they're also the first row. So because you have to walk up steps and then come back down to get to them. Yeah. There's a railing there, and I can lose weight. I can't lose height. And that railing, the cross member, goes right into my patellar tendon. Mm-hmm. And I have to stand up. And just I'll stand up and walk around and lean against the wall directly in front of the seats because it's so cramped. But also Camden Yards feels like you're kind of sitting in a hole because there's stuff all the way around it.
Yep.
And then when you're on the concourse, there's a wall on the concourse, where Nats Park is more open.
Yep.
Again, Camden Yards, iconic ballpark. Like, I can't complain about it, but there are things that I prefer about other ones. And it sounds like from what you're describing with Pittsburgh, it's the same. So
All I can say is if you're looking for a fairly inexpensive summer road trip type vacation, I highly recommend going.
Oh, in Pittsburgh also, there's an old-timey amusement park there called Kennywood. And we used to go to Kennywood when I was a kid because my grandparents lived in Bloomfield, which at the time was an Italian neighborhood in Pittsburgh. And because I'm a nerd, I like to go on like Google Earth and look at stuff, and you can learn a lot about an area from Google Earth and even Apple Maps or whatever. And you look at the businesses where before it used to be like, a deli, pizza place, like old-timey Italian neighborhood type stuff. Now it's like craft brew and pizza, pinball and craft beer pizza shop, all these hipster type things. So the neighborhood's turned. But we go, and then we go visit. We go to see Kenny. Go to Kennywood because my dad liked to go there when he was a kid. And Kennywood has a bunch of wooden roller coasters. So if you're into wooden roller coasters, it's cool. And the other cool thing about that park is that, now I'm not a roller coaster guy at all. I hate them. But because Pittsburgh is mountainous, like there's the hills and the valleys and ravines there, most roller coasters you get on it and the first thing you do is go up. These roller coasters, you load onto it and then the first thing you do is go down. So you're expecting like,
It's a glider then, right?
So yeah, it'll go down and then it comes up out of the ravine and then that's where the chains pull you up to the next one.
Okay. So it's not a glider.
No.
I'm thinking of something different.
No. So what it does is you load onto the train at the platform and you're expecting, as you go up, and nope, you're coming right out of it and going down. It's pretty cool. And then they have like the old carousels. They have modern rides there too. But my wife likes amusement parks, so I think we'll probably do a Pittsburgh trip, see a Pirates game, go to Kennywood, and then there's also University of Pittsburgh's there. They have some cool things, to do and see. Fort Duquesne is there, so.
I remember when I was looking at colleges, I looked at Duquesne.
I did too.
I don't think they accepted me, so fuck them. But no.
I got accepted there as a transfer student. It's funny, and this will can be a segue into a topic maybe later, maybe a different show. But anyway, getting in as a transfer student's a lot easier because everyone, you're this score and that score, your high school GPA and all your the second you have a semester of college under your belt, they just want to make sure that you graduated from high school. They don't care about the other stuff.
And that you paid your bill from the college you're coming from.
Yes.
Yeah. Once you do that, then you can come.
Yeah. But so the Patriots thing is neat for us because, like, I've hated the Patriots. I spent 20 years because when did Brady first break out? Was it like 02, 03?
Possibly.
I think that it was early 2000s.
I'll get my Jamie on. Hold on.
Yeah. So so essentially for 20 years we were stuck with the Patriots. With Collinsworth verbally fellatiing Tom Brady every chance, and that guy still annoys the hell out of me. But it was just they were the dynasty for 20 years, essentially. How many did they win over that time over his tenure there?
2001.
2001.
He was a backup in 2000, and then 2001.
Yeah,
is when he took off.
And when did he leave? New England. It was after COVID, I think.
Oh, jeez. That was... did he leave?
Because he won one more with Tampa Bay, and then retired, unretired, then retired.
2019 was his final season.
Yeah.
Free agent 2020. Tampa Bay was 2020 was his first year in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So, for 20 years, all we heard was Tom Brady. And
Annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when you look at it, we had the Patriots dynasty immediately replaced with the Chiefs dynasty. And dynasties aren't fun for anyone but fans of the dynasty.
Correct.
And front runners who were just going to root for the winning team regardless, which is pretty much the NBA fan base just roots for players. They don't root for teams.
But the NBA is a mess, man.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that on an episode?
I think we did, briefly. We got into it. Because I remember like when LeBron was playing for Cleveland, everyone was a Cleveland fan. And then he went to Miami, and I think he won his first title in Miami with the Heat. And I'm driving around and I'm seeing like all these cars with Miami Heat flags on them in DC. Like, we're not in Miami.
I would love to get an NBA like super fan on this show to talk about the whole state of the NBA.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting topic. Not necessarily talk about NBA basketball, but what's happened to the NBA.
Yeah, because we're just not NBA guys.
No, but here's the thing.
I was in the early 90s.
That's the thing. In the early 90s, like, even though Jordan was winning all those things, I mean, I was kind of rooting for whoever was playing against them.
Yeah.
I was kind of, because back then I was kind of into the Detroit because of like the Bad Boys thing.
Yep.
But every team had an identity.
Yeah, like the Knicks was, and they had their guy, their star player, right? So the Knicks was Patrick Ewing.
Right.
And then you had the Lakers, which was still Magic Johnson.
You had the White Boys in Boston.
Yep.
Because you had McHale and Bird.
Yep. And then you had David Robinson played for was it the Spurs?
Spurs, yeah.
Yeah. So you had all these guys. So each team had its star player, but you're still fans of the team.
Right.
You know, and when Jordan went and played for the Wizards, the Wizards didn't get popular.
No.
They still sucked. They just had Jordan there. I think if he could have a redo on that one, he would. But
Well, he really hated Jerry Reinsdorf. Mm-hmm. And that was why the breakup. Jerry, I forgot what I watched, but there was something about the breakup of the Bulls. And all the players hated fucking Jerry.
Yeah. And that's when they blew it up after they won it. Like, they just won a title and they...
Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't Jerry Reinsdorf. Whoever the GM was.
Yeah.
Jerry Krause or Jerry Reinsdorf.
Because he fired Phil Jackson.
Well, I don't know if he... Was he fired? Yeah, he was fired. Because Phil, during the playoffs of the last season, he's like, he goes, even if I win or lose, this is my last season with the Bulls.
Yeah.
Like, he knew.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get along with the GM either.
Yeah.
And so the owner sided with the GM, and then it just kind of broke up from there. Because Jordan didn't want to play for anyone else other than Phil, and it's a wild story about how that whole dynasty broke up over the GM being a dick. This is crazy.
But I'd even extend it like a little bit further with like Kobe Bryant. Now, Kobe Bryant only played for the Lakers. He didn't get traded around.
Right.
But LeBron James left Miami, goes back to Cleveland. Now you see a bunch of Cleveland flags again. Most people with these Cleveland stuff couldn't locate Cleveland on a map. And then he goes to L.A., and now they're all Laker fans. Now, Laker fans are everywhere. They're like Cowboy fans, like Patriot fans.
People don't realize why. And if you watch that Winning Time from HBO, that Magic Johnson era is essentially the Magic and Bird era. Kind of is what brought the NBA into
prominence, or
yes,
yeah,
like it started what continued into the 90s, right? And
well, a lot of that was Jerry Buss and how he ran the team, and made it more of a event in and of itself,
right?
Than just like the Laker girls, and because before there probably wasn't much of a big difference between a college game and an NBA game.
Not much, no. It was. I know it's entertainment, and there's a bunch of TNA in it.
Yeah,
which makes it easier to watch.
Sure,
easier on the eyes.
Yeah,
you know, just a lot of I tend to look at like when I watch shows like that, I tend to focus on like little details as to why something happened rather than, oh look, there's some titties.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're there.
Right.
It's hard to ignore.
I like and the other thing with those kind of like almost period shows, I look at the accuracy, and I love looking at the cars. And there are companies in in Hollywood that go and they get all these cars. So like for Stranger Things, they needed a bunch of 80s cars. So they go and they find them and they lease them to the production companies to use to keep everything accurate, because you can't have, Kias running around in something that takes place in 1985.
I always wondered how they did that.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought they were like kit cars. Like someone like had to like purposely remanufacture.
They find them, like people that own them or companies buy them, and they'll have like, oh, you're doing and the thing is, like, if you look at them, you might only see, now of course with CGI it's a little easier,
right?
Because you can just populate a parking lot with 1980s cars, but the actual vehicles and stuff the actors are interacting with have to be correct,
right?
Because they can't be different, like, so, and they have to look, so if the movie's taking place in 1985 and the car he's driving is a 79 Plymouth Volare, the Volare has to look like it's 6 years old. Mm-hmm. It can't look like it's 36 years old because it's not going to work.
Right.
So I just think it's neat the how they do that. But I pay attention to that stuff. And I also look for stuff that doesn't quite fit, or
right.
Like you'll see a Pepsi can that's not the right logo for the time, but they even make that stuff if they're really drawn to detail.
Yep.
I get really bad with airplane movies. So, like, I can't watch the old, like, say, some of the movies from, like, the one is Battle of the Bulge. First of all, they filmed it in Southern California. The land, everything, nothing looks like it did in the Ardennes. Mm-hmm. And then the tanks are all M60s. They're not Tigers or, like, and then you see the airplanes, like, that's a T-6 Texan with German markings on it.
Right.
The average person doesn't see that. Mm-hmm. I do, and it maybe I have a little tism in me, and it just freaking drives me nuts. So,
there's a guy on I don't know if it's TikTok or Instagram, but Austin Von Laken or something like that.
Yes,
ex-military guy.
Yeah,
or maybe he's current. He's got a T-shirt. I can't remember, but it says put the tism in something, mm-hmm. and it's like put the tism in militarism, or something, or something like that. It was weird, but like, he's hilarious though.
Yeah, I've followed him for a long time. He's a Mustang, so he's went in enlisted, mm-hmm. and then went into became one of those enlisted to officer bridge programs, and now he's an officer in the Army. His content's funny, though.
It's really funny. And then he also does, I think he's got another channel, like Sunday Fun Day.
Yeah.
I think that's the actual channel, but he's got his own, like Austin Von Laken.
Yeah.
Something like that. He's very big into suicide prevention.
Yes.
And veteran mental health.
Yep.
But then he also has his, like, funny videos, too.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, though.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff he does. But yeah, going back to the sports thing, like, we were talking about the dislike for Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
The dislike for Tom Brady dissipated as soon as he and Bill Belichick separated from the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not a big fan of Belichick, but, and this is where I think, like, he probably did it wrong during his time with the Patriots. I know it's hard to say he did anything wrong because he won a bunch of championships, but he's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, he has a good sense of humor.
He just never showed it.
Never.
Yeah.
And when he does, it makes it more funny because you weren't expecting it.
Right.
And then with Tom Brady, like, I don't know, like, I just dislike him a lot less now. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's like the type of guy like where I feel like I could hang out with him. But like Travis Kelce, I can't stand Travis Kelce. But I feel like if I were to be in the same room with him, I'd probably end up like laughing my ass off with him. Whereas with Tom Brady, it would be very like I feel like it'd just be a formal introduction type of thing. Like he seems like a very formal dude.
Yeah.
Like I just don't think it would vibe with me.
And like having played football and being around football guys, mm-hmm. I don't know how that computes among other because a lot of the football guys I knew like just like hardworking, gritty, wild dudes. They weren't. I don't see Tom Brady being the locker room prankster or, getting down with his wide receivers. Like I don't.
Now, when you're in a locker room though with 100 dudes,
Yeah.
or even in high school, let's say you got 50, 60.
Yeah, NFL locker room would be 53 players. There's all kinds of other.
There's other players though, because you got the practice squad and stuff like that.
Yep.
But with like in high school and in college, there were so many different types of dudes. Mm-hmm. Like people look at a guy like Gronk, and he was like a wild dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I played with one of those dudes in high school. He walked around like in the fucking bikini brief underwear.
Yeah.
And was just fucking around with dudes because of it. There's that type of dude. Then you got your serious people who are looking at playbooks all the time. Then you got your offensive linemen are cracking dumbass jokes because they're cracking dad jokes before they were dads.
Yeah.
Because that's what big people do, I guess. And then you have the bravado guys, and if you've never been in a guy's locker room, like I've never been in a women's locker room, so I don't know what it's like. But in a guy's locker room, there's so many different types of personalities.
Oh yeah.
And at least in a football locker room,
Yep.
right? Lacrosse locker room, not so much. But a football locker room, it's like every different type of person that you could have in there. It's like you learn to get along with a lot of different.
Oh sure. Oh yeah.
But you also can, like, from the way these guys do interviews, you can kind of tell which person they are in the locker room. Mm-hmm. Like, what was it? Like Pat Ricard for the Ravens is probably a fucking hilarious dude to be around.
Yeah.
I felt like Haloti Ngata was that kind of guy too, like joking around. Ray Lewis, yeah, somewhat, but he was the guy that was going around pumping everybody up.
Oh yeah.
And also watching ungodly amounts of video.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't watching video for 10 hours a day, you weren't hanging out. Like I guess like he and Ed Reed would just watch video.
Sure. Well, it's funny because Tom Brady was telling a story about Ed Reed, and pretty much when they would get ready to play the Ravens, they would take a practice squad player and put him in a red jersey, and that was Ed Reed. And every single player on the offense had to know where Ed Reed was at all times. That's how dangerous. When you got a dude like Tom Brady, arguably, I'm not even going to say arguably, the best quarterback that ever played, with Bill Belichick, probably the best coach that ever coached. And the key tenet when they played the Ravens was to know where Ed Reed, to know where Ed Reed is at all times. And then, but you also had Ray Lewis to contend with, and you had Terrell Suggs to contend with. So you had all these other dudes that are out there. Yeah. But of all of them, it was know where Ed Reed is.
When you listen to, so Bill Belichick's done a couple of interviews about Ed Reed, and the amount of the level of detail that Belichick would go to make sure that offense knew about Ed Reed the entire time.
Yeah.
And to not put the ball near him. Mm-hmm. And then and then Ed would just do something and end up being near the ball and intercept the ball.
Yeah.
And he would be like, I couldn't account for everything because that's how smart he was.
Yeah.
Like to hear other teams, especially those type of people, talk about Ed Reed. To the fact that Ed Reed isn't a coach somewhere now. Don't get me wrong, he might not want to be, although he tried to take that Bethune-Cookman job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ed Reed ends up being a head coach in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Or a DC or something.
At some point in time, because I think there are NFL teams that want him on their coaching staff. I think he's the one that's been like, no, I think I'm going to go do the college thing.
Yeah.
Then Bethune-Cookman screwed him over. And so, I don't know. I at some point in time, I think Ed Reed ends up on the sideline in the NFL.
And then some of them are sometimes really good players don't make really good coaches.
I don't think Ray Lewis would end up being a good coach.
No. But
he's even said that.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, there's a difference between being able to do the thing and then being able to teach it.
Yeah.
And then, like you might be an awesome hitter, right? Mm-hmm. But you might not be able to recognize problems in swing mechanics and things like that to be a good hitting coach.
Right.
Just like, so the two things don't necessarily equal, like, oh, you were really good. Like Wayne Gretzky coached the Phoenix Coyotes, and it was a disaster. He wasn't a good coach.
A lot of times, the really great players, they either one speak a different language that nobody can understand.
Yeah.
Because that player put it into terms that they understood.
Yeah.
And then you've got others. So like with the hitting thing, you can teach a person to stay on their back leg, turn their hip, but you can't teach them, okay, when I see this spin, I make this microcosm of an adjustment, and it's on the fly.
Yeah.
You can't, some things you can't teach. It's like, what was it? You can't teach height?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I can't teach you all the 10,000 different adjustments going through my head when I'm trying to hit a ball.
Right.
Right. And so that's where it comes in, because as that coach of being that great player as a coach, you think you're teaching everything that you can when you're leaving out some of the micro things that made you what you were. And then when the result isn't there, it's like you almost want to like throw up your hands like, oh, I fucking taught it to you.
Yeah.
Well, you did, but you didn't, because there are certain things you left out.
Yeah.
Because there are certain things you can't teach.
Yep.
And so that's why some great players just can't make that transition in coaching. I always say the best ability, well, I always say the best ability is availability, but one of the best abilities is a teaching ability. Like a good player who's able to communicate to all types of players. Like able to, I forgot what, it was actually a movie called Road Trip. It had like Sean the dude from American Pie.
Yep, it was him.
Breckin Thomas.
Yeah,
and the goofball.
It was the dude from, God, who was?
Tom Green.
Yes, because so every Capitals game, if the Caps are down or the game's close, they do this montage of like, pep talks, like getting people fired up, and it ends with Tom Green trying to feed the snake, and he's like, "Unleash the fury," and everyone screams, "Unleash the fury!"
But one of the lines in there was, so someone was having an issue, like they have a test that they've got to take, and they didn't study for it, and the guy goes, the really smart kid goes, "Well, what's the topic?" And he said the topic, and he goes, "But I'm having a real time figuring out." He goes, "I can teach anyone anything. I just need to know how to relate it to you." He goes, "What are you interested in?" And he was interested in wrestling. And so they basically were going through this thing where this guy would basically communicate these history topics into wrestling metaphors. And he goes and aces the test because someone figured out how to teach it. So smart dude that also knew how to relate the information.
Yeah.
That's the combination, right? You need to be able to, the person that can take the information and relate it to anybody, as long as they know how that person learns.
Yeah.
That's a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you have a really amazing superstar player that doesn't know how to relate the information, that's when the disconnect happens.
Yep.
But if you get a really good player who's an excellent communicator, that's when you get a guy who can teach players how to be really good.
Yeah.
That was what is that? That was weird educational moment for the day.
But I think it's it definitely is poignant given the discussion. So,
Somehow we were going to transition into college, weren't we?
Yeah, I don't know if that's happening, or not.
We have like 30 minutes left.
Yeah.
Should we transition it to the college?
Well, we didn't finish talking about the dynasty thing either.
What was it? The original point of it was like the fact that you don't hate Tom Brady as much.
Right, and so essentially, my father-in-law passed in August, and he was a big Patriots fan. So then we go through the season. I watched one Baltimore Ravens game, beginning to end, and it was the Sunday night game where they lost by missing a effing field goal, and that put them out of the playoffs. And then the Steelers went in and did exactly what the Ravens would have done, which was lost in the first round, because neither one of those teams was going to go anywhere. Then, so I watch sports a lot better if I can pick a team to pull for.
Sure.
Because if it's just I don't care. That's one of the reasons why I'm not into college football, because I don't care about any of those teams. So I do like Navy because they're close, and I have connections to the Navy, but Navy's not playing in the national championship. Like, I probably won't watch any of that. Though I am kind of hooked on Miami because they're the underdog.
The Indiana story is a wild story, though.
And that's cool, too. It's nice to not see some of the big dogs in it.
Isn't it? It's neat.
Which is nice about this NFL playoffs is, like, the Chiefs aren't in it. And I don't hate the Chiefs. And this kind of ties back to the dynasty thing. The Kansas City Chiefs were a team that I should have liked. They were bad for a very long time. Small market. Very much like Baltimore. Kansas City only has the Chiefs and the Royals.
Yeah.
Just like we only have the Ravens and Orioles. Now, D.C. has all of them, just 30 minutes down the road. But if you're talking just Baltimore sports, we only have 2 as well. Mm-hmm. And then I always liked Andy Reid. I liked him when he coached for the Eagles, and then he comes out, and he's not... First of all, an old fat guy job used to be football coach. Mm-hmm. Now all these new coaches are like fucking CrossFitters.
I know, dude. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see your abs and your pecs through your athletic cut shirt. I want Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Right.
I need hope in my life. You know what I mean? Like Mike McCarthy,
yeah.
Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Give me some fat ass, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a football, like the old ball coach, right?
Do you remember that Hard Knocks with the Cleveland Browns? And the offensive line coach had this big ass belly. And when he would go, huh? His whole belly would move. Like that, my guy, you know?
Yeah.
Good, just good on you, dude.
Yeah. Like Andy Reid takes to the food of where he's living.
Yeah, my man, he is eating some barbecue.
Yeah. And before that, he was crushing cheesesteaks.
That's right.
So, I should have liked everything about that team.
He probably picked those teams because of those reasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I went to Kansas City because they had ribs.
Right.
You know what? I'm on board with that. Good for you, man. There's no food. What, are you going to go San Francisco?
Yeah.
What's there?
What? Yeah.
Nothing.
Rice? Uncle Ben's?
Chinatown? You can go to Chinatown anywhere.
Right.
I can get Chinese food everywhere. I can't get Kansas City ribs everywhere.
Yeah. Right. No, you can't.
Baltimore? Crabs.
Yeah.
I'm going for the cuisine.
That's
why Cleveland sucked forever.
What do people eat in Cleveland?
Zero food.
Right.
Pittsburgh, at least you got the Primanti brothers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right.
But
sidetrack there.
Yeah, if you went down somewhere in the, Southwest, you'd probably find some good Tex-Mex.
Louisiana, you got the crawfish.
Yeah. Miami has Cubanos.
Oh, Cuban food.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So, anyway, I should like that team, but then they became the dynasty. And then I think Chris Collinsworth kills my like for teams more than anyone else.
So bad.
Because Collinsworth would just, like Tom Brady. Homie, there are 10 other players on the offense alone. We're not even talking about the defense.
First of all, you're not saying the name properly. Tom Brady. You got to say it like you got a dick in your mouth. Right. Because that's basically what he's doing. He's basically blowing them as he says the name. Sorry.
And then it became Pat Mahomes. Dude, we all know that everyone here knows who Patrick Mahomes is. And we all can probably agree he's pretty good at football.
Yeah.
We don't need you to reinforce it. And that's why I liked, when Tom Brady's doing games, like he played with a lot of these guys and against them. And when the dude from Dallas, Romo, when he first came out, I liked watching games that he was covering because he knew these guys. Like he had played with them or against them. And as the NFL moves, like there's someone who he had played with at some point in his career on every team. So he could tell a story about like this guy or that guy or what they do. And that, to me, that's real color commentating. Eventually, though, that knowledge wears off and because the guys they played with are gone.
Yeah, people are getting on Romo's butt right now because they're like, oh, he ruins a game because he's telling you what's happening before it happens. What? So who is he ruining the game for? Because I watched one of the games he did.
Yeah.
Like, it was last night. It was so we're recording this right after the Broncos beat the Bills. And he was doing that game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the feeling he was, like, ruining a game.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. I'm hoping the game's today. Well, the Broncos-Bills game was good. It went to overtime.
Well, you know what happened? So, Bo Nix apparently broke an ankle.
Yes.
On the second to last play of the game.
Yeah.
And he's out for the rest of the playoffs, but they're moving on.
Yeah. Nick Foles, isn't he their backup?
I actually don't know. I don't know.
I heard Nick Foles.
If Nick Foles wins another championship like this, that'd be hilarious.
But yeah. So the now that I don't have a team, and because my father-in-law was a big-time Pats fan, and my middle son has all his grandfather's old Patriot shirts to wear, we are like all in, which scares me because usually the team that I root for loses. So,
Jarrett Stidham.
Never heard of her.
Third string is Sam Ellinger.
Never heard of that either.
They're fucked. Jarrett Stidham was a backup in New England for years.
Okay.
And the Ellinger kid, he was at USC for a couple of years. He hasn't been there. He's just been a career backup.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Josh Allen's like, I just got bounced out.
I got bounced out because of 2 pass interference calls.
Yeah.
And an interception call.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear about the refs and shit. They've gotten more than enough from the refs.
Well, and that
they
was
were due.
That was another Kansas City thing. Was everyone thinks the refs are for Kansas City and blah 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 blah. If you look for it, you're going to find it.
Sure.
So I'm sure you could have looked back at Patriots games. I know people, like, there's a whole tuck rule thing.
Sure.
And stuff that just comes out and it benefits that team, and it was always there. And then all the all the basic dads lose their minds, but it was always there. It just happened to go in this guy's favor who you already don't like at this time. So, but the Pats, like, they got Drake May, he's fun to watch. Mm-hmm. So, and I like Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. I do like him.
Yeah, because Vrabel goes, and I forget, after they won the game, I forget who he was dapping up or giving a hug to, and the kid's helmet hit him in the mouth, and then he's bleeding. And I remember when I played in high school, our offensive line coach would get so fired up, he'd grab you by your helmet and headbutt you. And, like, if you pancake somebody and you're coming off the field, he would grab you by your helmet and freaking yell and scream at you, but nice yelling, with freaking little pieces of Copenhagen hitting you in the face and headbutt you and cut his forehead on your helmet. Like, the dude was nuts.
There's a podcast that's called Games with Names. It's Julian Edelman's podcast.
Okay.
And he's done a few interviews with expatriates. So he did one with Corey Dillon, which people don't really realize he played for the Patriots, but because he was on the Bengals for so long. They were talking about Vrabel, and he was like, and Edelman was like, "Did you think Vrabel was going to be an NFL head coach?" And he goes, and Dillon was like, "Man, that dude was so smart." Like, he goes, he was also the biggest dick. So, like, it was interesting. It's always interesting to hear these players like, "Oh, I knew that guy was going to be a coach."
Yeah.
I will say that, like, as a side note to that, the Patriots-Bills game. So, my wife's cousin works for the Bills. He works in the equipment department. Worked there for years. Lives in Buffalo. So, we were out to dinner. And the local bar is it's a Bills bar. They do Bills and Ravens games there because the owner of that place is from Buffalo. It's O's.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, Buffalo fan.
Yeah.
He's from Buffalo.
Good wings.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? It brings it all together as to why.
They also serve beef on weck, which is a Buffalo thing.
Listen, my favorite food there, I have 2 actually. The Reuben. Corned beef Reuben. I don't know how they do it, but they get the bread crispy without being just drowned in oil from the cheese. And the ultimate nachos.
Okay.
Their ultimate nachos are really good. Those are by 2.
Yeah.
Now, beef kebabs, also nice if you want more of a traditional dinner.
Yeah.
And then, the wings, because,
Yeah.
I like me some wings.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. And then, those are probably my 4 that I kind of go to. My wife does the seafood boil. She likes the seafood.
Yeah.
Of course, around here, seafood all day.
Yeah.
Even the places that aren't seafood places are seafood places
Right.
because we live right there. So anyway, so we're there eating dinner, and we're in the dining room. Now they've got TV set up all over this joint.
Oh yeah.
Dining room. It doesn't matter where you are. It's football time. Table to our left, Bills fans. Table to our right, the lone Broncos fan table. It's one family. And this lady, she's wearing like the Bronco headwear. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like the Bronco on her head. They're wearing all the gear, and this lady doesn't I don't know. I think she knows where she's at.
Yeah.
But she's also very loud in her cheering. Mm-hmm. People are telling her to sit down and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we don't live in like a super dickhead area, I don't think.
No.
Like where people, but she was that obnoxious with it.
And the thing, and that's one of the things. If you are a fan of the other team, and you're in root for whoever you want to root for, but don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
You almost have to be like, because then you're not going to endear yourself to anybody. Yeah. You're just going to be a pain in the ass. And it doesn't matter how cool you are. Everyone's going to be like, you're a dick. So I went to a Capitals game. My sister-in-law got us tickets for us and the boys for Christmas. So we went, because she's like, the boys don't need toys. Like, it's better for them to get like experiences. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of become our like after Christmas thing. We go see the Caps, and then we go to this Chinese restaurant because Capital One Arena is right there in Chinatown. So we go to this place called Walk and Roll. And Annapolis has no good Chinese food restaurants. They're really not.
They're mediocre.
Yeah. But in D.C., they're good. Like, they have the ducks hanging from the windows.
You got to go to those, though.
Yeah.
You can't go to, like, like around the Cap Center or the Verizon Center or AT&T Center, whichever center it is, Capital One Arena. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corporate places.
Ugh.
But it's still in Chinatown, and there's still some of those old-time Chinese
and
food
Walk
places.
and Roll is one of them.
Yeah.
Because to get into it, like...
You have to walk down some stairs? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you go in, and the ceilings are, like, 7 feet high.
Right. You're ducking a little bit because you think your hair, or in your case, your head might touch.
So we go there, and then, like, the furniture in there is all from the 80s.
Yep.
Like
there's like still gold plating around some shit, and it's like all mirror.
And then
we might be talking about the same place. Is it mirrors down both sides?
Yep. And then the green, jade looking.
I know exactly which place you're talking about. I didn't know the name of it, but I know exactly where you're talking about now.
Yeah, Walk and Roll. So we go there, and then we see the Caps. So the seats we got. First of all, the cost to go to a Capitals game is insane. Mm-hmm. We were the second to last row.
$75 for those tickets.
Yeah. And
minimum. If they had, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah. I remember if you, like, when I got into hockey in the early 90s when I was a kid, and, like, if you go to Giant, if you went to Giant and spent X amount of money, like, they give you a coupon, and you can go see the Caps for $12.
Yep.
So, of course, like, that's what my parents and I, like, would do. And then you drive to Landover and sit, in the old shitty Cap Center, which is the hospital's there now. Mm-hmm. But, and you'd watch the Caps. And it was great, cheap. Now a base oxy. Now, granted, there's inflation, all kinds of stuff like that.
Sure.
But I don't think the price has gone up that much. Now the team is a lot better, the arena's a lot better.
Yeah.
But it's kind of priced out for a lot of people.
So many people do.
Yeah. And like for the amount of money, and I was telling my wife, I said, let's do one of these games a year, and then you and I, like, we'll leave the kids and we'll get like good seats. I'd rather go to one game a year and sit in really good seats than go to 10 games and sit in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like in the nosebleeds, especially now with like the big screen TVs, the 1080p's, and the technology's gotten so much better. It's like, would you rather watch it from the nosebleeds in a hockey arena or watch it on TV?
Yeah.
Versus if you're in the lower bowl, just above the glass. Like, just so your eye level is just above the glass.
Yeah.
So you're still kind of looking down at the game, but you can still see the size of the players, right? That's a much better watch, right? It's almost like, and with the NFL, it's almost the same way. It's like, if you're too far down in the bowl, with the way the field is crowned, you're almost sitting below the players.
Yeah.
If you're down that far. Now, if you go, to me, the sweet spot is the upper deck, like the first two rows. Mm-hmm. Because you're looking down. And then the other part of it is I'd rather watch from the end zone than the side. And that's got to do with everything about the Madden generation.
Yeah.
You want to see it how you watched it. Now, at the same time, though, like, again, and this is in football, TV it probably hurts attendance a little bit.
Football's better on TV.
If I can watch this on a 65 or 75-inch TV, especially if it's a TV with good motion, so you're not seeing like when a quarterback passes a ball, it's not 20 balls in the air. It's one ball in a nice smooth motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's But to me, the hockey one kills me because I would love to go see the Caps game. Mm-hmm. And I want to take my daughters to go see a hockey game. But for me to take the four of us at a minimum of $75 a ticket, I'm looking at $300 just for the tickets.
Yeah.
Never mind transportation in. Mm-hmm. Never mind parking. Yeah. If we park, if we don't take the subway.
Yeah.
Never mind food, snacks, dinner. Dude, that could be a $600 night.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. It's like, damn.
Yep.
And I wish we had some minor league hockey.
And that's one of the things that drives me nuts because we used to. Mm. The Caps minor league team used to play in Baltimore.
Okay.
And they'd play, now they're the Hershey Bears. And the Hershey Bears, like I have a buddy that lives, but Hershey's just too far to go and come back in a day.
Hershey's about 2.5 hours away.
Now you can go there and drive back. It's not awful, but if you go there to see a 7:00 game, and then you watch the game, you're not leaving the arena till 10, and then 9:30, 10 o'clock, and you got to drive back. You're not getting home till midnight, 1 o'clock. So you drive up and spend the night.
But even if you spend the night, the cost to go to a Hershey Bears game,
yeah,
stay overnight, even with the food and everything and the traveling, is still less expensive than the $600 you pay to go to a Caps.
Because $75 at I think it's Giant Center is where they play now, which is one of the nicest minor league arenas you're going to find. It's $75 like puts you on the glass. Like they're good seats.
I don't even think it's that expensive.
Yeah.
Like if you were talking about the seats we were talking about just above the glass level, I think you're looking at like $15-$20 a ticket.
Yeah.
If that. Dude, that's $80 in tickets.
Yeah.
If let's say they're $20 a ticket, that's $80 in tickets. That's the price of one ticket at a Caps game in the worst seat in the house. Mm-hmm. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why. And the reason why people are like, oh, well, that's supply and demand. Yeah, well, you're also killing your demand in the future. Because let's say, for example, I were to take my kid to a Caps game, and they love it. Mm-hmm. But you're creating a fan.
Yeah.
That's going to keep buying tickets when they get older.
Or starts playing hockey and then gets their kids involved in it. And, that's one of those things where they're not playing the long game, I don't think. So, now, at Capital One Arena, there are no bad seats in the place. You can see the game just fine from no matter where you are.
Sure.
When we were there, the guy who was sitting behind me, they were playing the Blackhawks, was a Blackhawks fan. And he was loud and obnoxious and didn't know the game. When I go to a hockey game, I don't buy food. I don't buy drinks. I like to get there early and watch warm-ups. I don't cheer loud. I watch the game. I cheer for stuff that people don't understand. Mm-hmm. Like I cheer for good line changes.
Right.
I boo when when the Caps ice the puck when they shouldn't have. I'm almost watching the game ahead of it. So, and I've kind of like Tony. People complain about Tony Romo. I'll sit there like they're going to score because I watch the breakdown happen. Mm-hmm. And it's either going to be an amazing save or a goal. That's because you're if you know the game and you're watching it, you're seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
This guy didn't know the game at all. I was just loud. However, we go to overtime. So now these seats are so uncomfortable. I'm standing up, right? Because it's just there's no knee room at all.
Yeah. So
I'm standing up every stoppage and play. Because in hockey, you can when the red light comes on, it's a commercial break. So I'd stand up and then sit back down when they get ready to face off. So they go to overtime. No score, they go to shootout. Well, the guy starts asking me questions about like, hey, how's overtime work and this and that. So I tell him, I ended up being a nice dude, but just so freaking loud and obnoxious that it's like, dude, I actually kind of liked the Blackhawks because when I was a kid, they Ed Belfour, Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios played for the Blackhawks and went to the Stanley Cup. So I'm telling this guy about, it's like, hey, Blackhawks are kind of they're my second team. Sometimes I said because back in the day, and I'm naming players. He said, man, you know hockey. So I know hockey better than I know anything else. Unfortunately, I should know like important stuff more. But so I'm just rattling off all the players from that '90s team.
People want to know why even non-hockey people like Jeremy Roenick because he made Wayne Gretzky's head bleed.
Yeah,
swingers.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna make Gretzky's head bleed.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, they were playing like NHL '93 or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Best game ever, by the way.
Oh, when I play like on Logan's Xbox, I play like the controller settings. I use NHL '94 settings because those are the ones I know.
So I use the Sega settings. So
Okay.
the ABC.
Okay.
Because they have the 3 buttons set
Yep,
up.
and if you held C down, that was either a slap shot or a sprint, like a burst of speed.
You used to do the A for the pass, and then before the pass got to the guy, you'd hold the C
For the one-timer. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you had the, I forget what B did. Did one of them change players?
Yes. I forgot which one though.
Yeah. And then C was
It was turbo and slap shot.
checking. If you didn't have the puck
Checking,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
hit,
yeah,
you
yeah.
could and you hit C, you'd nail them.
So maybe it was tap A and then hold B to shoot.
Yeah.
And then C was like the turbo boost and checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, however it worked.
Losing my touch.
But yeah, no, that's and I play Logan, and he's got all the like L1, L2, like,
They're doing too much.
and I am destroying him. He won't play the game with me.
They ruin video games with all the buttons.
Yeah,
Like just because the buttons are there doesn't mean they need to be used for every game.
right.
Like I get, like if you need it for your first person shooter or whatever, great. But NHL hockey,
You don't need it.
no. And they fucked it up when they went away from the north-south. I think they went back to that. I think someone said
Yeah.
that they went back to like the original
East-West
style.
doesn't work. NBA 2K is still East-West, which I can't. I have trouble playing it because I'm so used to hockey. And in video game world, basketball and hockey are kind of simple. I should be good at NBA 2K, but I can't because it's East-West.
Yeah, they also when what was the game when the NHL series went to the point of view style. So like if you got the puck, the whole fucking screen rotated, and then you were going the other way.
Yeah.
And when the other team got the ball, the screen fucking rotated. So now you're like it always was from point of view.
Yeah.
And I hated that shit.
I always like going shooting on the north side. So like you were down, you were scoring against the team. I always like, and then the second period it flipped. But then if you're the home team, so then you'd have to score coming down, which I didn't like as much.
And those 2D games, like when it was just up and down,
Yeah.
and it didn't have any angle to it,
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was fine either way. I need to bring that game back. That probably exists. I got a PlayStation down here.
No, so there was one with Ovechkin, NHL leading goal scorer. Ovechkin, by the way, all-time leading goal scorer.
Yep.
It was like an NHL '94 emulator they did, and Ovechkin was the player. It had a little gap in his smile. So
I need to find that. Like a little bit better graphics. Like I've been getting these advertisements for a mobile game. I wish I could remember what it is, but it's the remake.
Yeah.
But I don't want to play it on my phone.
no, you want to play on the TV.
I want to play it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some like the driving games were okay with the different, so you could shift.
Don't get
you
me
know.
started with that shit.
Yeah.
They made those fucking games too difficult. There used to be a game called Gran Turismo.
I loved it.
It was one of the reasons why I bought this PlayStation back during COVID, because I wanted to play Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
And you had to get your driver's license. You had to get your A license, your B license, your
Yep.
C license. Well, they made it too fucking difficult.
yeah,
Like, let me get the license so I want to play the game. I don't want to just keep driving the same track 18,000 fucking times until I can beat some arbitrary time you made up.
yeah.
Make it so I can play the game. Mm-hmm. Like, they made these games like, oh, we got to make it more difficult. Because I want to finish the game.
Yeah.
If I finish the game, guess what? I'm going to buy the next one.
Right.
Like,
Not everything has to be a true to life simulator.
correct.
And so back when I played Gran Turismo, it was on PlayStation 2, and there was a test you had to take. It wasn't impossible. I finally did it, but essentially you had to drive a Corvette around a wet track in the rain, and you had to do it in a certain time. The way to do it was to actually drift the car around the track, and I finally figured it out. But that one, with your A license, you could race like small displacement engines.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like the Toyota Vitz and little Hondas and stuff, and they're actually fun.
They were more fun than the bigger cars.
Yeah.
I couldn't control the bigger car.
Yeah. And then you'd be able to modify those cars. You'd turbo them, do tune port, whatever you were doing to these cars to make, as you won money in the races, and you could build the cars and you'd graduate to the next level. I eventually got it where I was running like SCCA GTRs and things like that. Like, My favorite was the Skyline. I did the best with all-wheel drive cars.
Yeah. Mitsubishi 3000 GT was my jam.
Oh, yes. Yep. The VR4.
I love that one.
Yeah.
In fact, the Skyline to me, the rear end was too bouncy. Mm-hmm. Like you could literally see the back end bouncing all the time. Like, it just distracted me.
And then Laguna Seca was my nemesis. But then I learned how to negotiate that chicane. Is it chicane or chicane, however?
Chicane.
In Laguna Seca, and then gradually build up with the different cars and just dominate it. And I would sit there and play like the endurance races that would take like 4 hours.
Yeah.
This is when I was in college and didn't have anything to do.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I would just dip a whole bunch of freaking Kodiak. And
I remember when I first got my first job, it was go to work for 8 hours and then go home and just crush video games.
Oh,
till like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then go to work the next day. When I didn't have a problem with sleepiness or anything. Woke up 6:30, 7 o'clock. Went to work by 8. Mm-hmm. This is also back when I lived in Albany, so there was no traffic. Yeah. Like I could get to work in 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, those were the days.
Oh, I think back to like my pre-married, real job. I made a lot less money then than I do now, but I had a lot more disposable income. Like,
you want to know what I'm looking for? When the day I'm looking forward to? No, get me wrong. I like what's going on now.
Yeah.
But the day I enter the nursing home, and there's another dude my age sitting over there, also in the nursing home, and they go, well, what can we get for you? You can get me a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And 2 controllers, and me and my boy are just going to play video games all fucking day. We don't have to work. All we got to do is stop for meal breaks.
Yeah.
And all I got to do is sit in my Barca lounger that lifts up so I can get up. It's going to lift me up so I don't even have to get down into it. It's going to recline. It's going to be super comfortable. Dude, that's going to be my dream. I can't wait. I'm just going to sit there and play video games.
All day.
All day. I'm going to play NHL 94. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play Gran Turismo. We're going to play, what was the Twisted Metal? Mm-hmm. I'm playing all that shit.
Yeah.
And they better put some dude next to me that wants to play those games too.
Yep.
Because I need a player too. That's going to be my dream scenario. People are going to be like, oh, well, they're not going to let you on the internet. Fuck, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old people in our age, we don't have to live with silence and boredom.
Right.
But I also don't need a cable package. Give me a phone with some internet so I can shop on Amazon and get 20,000 packages delivered to the nursing home. Mm-hmm. Give me a PlayStation or Xbox. I don't care which one. I'll take either one.
Yeah.
And a dude who wants to play fucking video games.
Yeah.
That'll also go the fuck away when I want him to. Mm-hmm. We need silent time. We also need video game time.
Right.
That's it. And I will waste away into nothing. Give me some mashed potatoes and some meatloaf.
So when can we start this?
Right. I am ready. Dude, I've been ready for the retirement community since I was 30. I am waiting for 50. I am 46. I got 9 years until I can go to the 55 and older community. Sherry's come with me. Like, yo, you knew this was coming. You knew when I hit 55 I was going. I'm ready.
You don't need a golf course or anything.
I need, and here's that. Like, I need, with the weight loss, because I need about 10 years. I need to earn about 10 extra years. Mm-hmm. So that if I can get to 55 to 65, that's my jam.
Yeah.
Now, I won't be able to retire until the kids are out of school and whatnot, but
yeah,
I need at least 5 retirement years of just video game playing, pizza delivery. Like, I need to be able to go back to my 20 to
early
22
20s.
Years. Just go back.
And it's like, man, I want to live like I was in my early 20s. Well, you're not in good enough shape for that. No. You don't understand my early 20s.
Yeah, my early 20s were not active. Yeah. I mean, I played sports. I had to be active in college, but once I left college, I was a sloth. I didn't do that whole, I'm going to go play some kickball and some other shit. No.
Yeah, I'm not going to bar crawls.
No.
No.
My buddies always wanted to do like the Irish festivals and stuff like that. And I went, and I was like 5 minutes in, I was like, I'm ready to go. There's too many people here.
Well, it's funny. I was talking to some of our neighbors, and I was like, we were, when you're in your 20s, it's like, where you going? Don't care, let's go. And then 30s, like, oh, well, where are we going? And then now I'm to the point where I'll look at something like, hey, let's go to this concert. And I'm like, there's no parking there. oh, but there's street parking. No. I want to pull into a spot
Yeah, no, I don't do street parking.
and park in the spot. And I don't want to pay for it.
Right.
I want it to be like going to Green Valley.
Right.
If it's any more involved than going to Green Valley, I'm not interested.
In fact, I would rather go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
They have
And then
food-
I'll
has
watch
food.
the version of whatever you're seeing on TV.
Yeah.
Like I almost get anxiety stuff about going to thing like I don't have any interest in the crowds but there's so many people there. Nope, not interested.
This happened last night when we were watching that game at the bar. It was just too loud.
Yeah.
So like I'm literally sitting there at the table with my family, and I'm pretty much just zoned out because I can't really hear. Like I hear the noise, but I can't hear the conversations I want to. So I basically just tune it out. And when someone looks at me, I smile and I nod.
Yeah.
You know, I figure that's a good enough response for where we're at.
Sure.
And I'm. It's weird. It's like it's not that I don't want to be like I just like going out to dinner.
Yeah.
But it wasn't somewhere where I would have chosen to be because it was so loud.
Well, it's like so like people say, hey, let's go watch the game at the bar. No, I want to watch the game at home because I'm not going to pay attention to it at the bar.
I would rather have the 5 dudes we're going to go to the bar with. Come on over.
Yeah.
The beer's less expensive and we can order some food.
Yeah. I'd rather do that. And then, hell, with Uber Eats and DoorDash, you can order food from there.
Yeah.
And then if you want more of it, you just order it again. But then it gets to, like, so I'd rather do it at home. When it comes to, like, going to, so if I go to a restaurant, and look, I really appreciate, local musicians that are playing at bars. However,
I may do.
the room is only so big. You don't have to have a setup that's loud enough for M&T Bank Stadium. Like, I'm right here.
It's not even that, dude. Like, if you're going to play music in a bar, you don't need the Marshall amp.
Right.
Or the Marshall speaker. We can hear you.
Yeah, you
don't need the drummer.
no.
Come with your acoustic guitar and know that you're the background noise, please.
Yeah.
I don't need you full blare.
Like, there's no mosh pit being established here.
But then there's some people like, well, I go for the musician. Then I'm in the wrong place then.
Yeah.
I'll admit that. I'm in the wrong place.
It's like I'll walk into a place not knowing, and then like I'll see him setting up. I'm like, oh, what's this asshole doing? It's not because I don't like the guy or I don't think he's talented. I'm not in there for that.
And I want him to make his money.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like if I go to Ram's Head, I know they do live music there.
Yeah.
That's my fault for going there
Right.
if there's a live musician there.
But if you just pop into a local bar on a Tuesday night, not expecting that, and then it's that, like I've almost like thought about like turn around and leaving.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like I'm not here for that because I like to have a conversation with the people I'm with. I don't want the cover of Stairway to Heaven blasting in my ear.
Right.
Like I don't. That's not why I'm here. If I wanted that, I would put it on in my car and I'd turn the volume up. And the thing is, I'm also willing to admit that I'm the one in the wrong if I'm going there knowing that's. But when you go there not expecting it and like, bam, oh, it's open mic night. Oh shit. So now it's going to be a bunch of people who aren't good.
It was like that night we went to that place because the wings are good. Different place, but wings are good. And they had open mic night. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck. Like, it just ruined, not that it ruined the night, it's just like, I can't hear the conversation over the chick screaming.
Yeah.
Whatever song she's screaming. Or the guy just butchering the song.
Yeah. Or they come in and they're like, oh, this is one of my original songs. Like, I don't want to hear you play the covers I like.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you.
It makes it even worse. A guy who can play an instrument, singing his own shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck. Now I can't even recognize the song.
And like
and it's not
every
good.
band started doing that.
Yeah.
Like that's how Pearl Jam started. Right?
Nowadays you don't have to though.
Yeah.
Nowadays you play it in your basement, you record it, and you put it on YouTube.
Yeah. SoundCloud.
Right.
Yeah.
But and then you go out.
Hell, you can record stuff and put it right on Apple Music.
Right.
A buddy of mine did that.
We do that here.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just not music. It's talking into a microphone.
Right. Spoken word.
Spoken word.
That's what we're doing.
We're poets.
Yeah. But I bought his whole. He made a a couple original songs. He put them on Apple Music. I added them to a playlist. So if I'm listening to that playlist, one of these songs pops up, and they'll say like, "Oh, you know, whoever I'm with me, who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Todd Foble. He did, you know, oh, that's pretty cool. He's on Apple Music." Like, yeah. But then it's like, dude, you could record your kid playing the kazoo and put it on Apple Music, whether anyone listens to it or not.
Right.
But every time it gets a listen, he gets a
5 cents,
yeah.
2 cents, 1 cent, whatever it is.
Yeah.
In fact, you're doing more for him by doing that than listening to him at the bar.
Right. And if I walked up into the bar and some other version of him playing his original music, I'm like, oh crap, this sucks twice as much now.
Right. Well, I don't even know what the topic of this actual conversation. We started off with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I think.
The GOAT.
He is, unfortunately. I don't know. And we ended up on the real topic. I guess the real topic was we don't like people. Or we don't like loud people.
Or a lot of them.
Yeah, I'd say probably. I'm probably at the 85% mark that I don't like. Not that I don't like them. Like I don't know, man. Like I might like the person, and like you get into a certain situation, and they, like if they're like the sports fan, everywhere outside of the sports world, they're great.
Yeah.
Then you get them into a sports bar, and all of a sudden, like they're the ones standing up clapping.
Yeah.
At a play, at like a first down, they're getting up clapping and going, "Yeah, baby."
Yeah, but I think a lot of that's performative too. Because I guarantee you, if you're in your living room, you wouldn't be doing that.
Who are they performing for, though? The other people to see who's the best fan?
Main character syndrome.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm glad I got missed with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy being like the 4th, 8th character.
Oh,
barely even there.
I'm happy being the guy that freaking operates the boom mic.
Be a key grip.
Yeah.
And no one even knows what a key
What
grip
is that?
does.
Best boy. Caterer.
Who came up with best boy?
I don't know.
Wait, what? It sounds like it's the person in the porn film. It's like the guy, the fluffer. That's the best boy.
Yeah. Who's the worst one?
Right. Is there a worse boy?
If there's the best one, there has to be a worse one.
Gotta be.
And how bad does his job suck?
Like what is? I don't even know what that would be. Now I gotta find. I'll chat GPT that later. Yeah. Want to thank Adam Chubbuck with TACMD.com, TACMD.com, Douglas Realty in Pasadena, Maryland, for sponsoring the bullshit we put out. It's what we call content. Want to thank Adam, TACMD.com, TACMD.com. We'll talk to you guys next week.